All right, YouTube. Once again, it's Kennard Vernon Stewart here for the podcast talking SEC football. We're now in the thick of the bowl season. As a matter of fact, a lot of teams are wrapping this thing up. Okay, so here's what I need each and every one of you to do, as you've done so frequently, especially some of you new folks. This is all for the new people that have come to the channel, that's watched some of the content. Really appreciate your input, your sayings. A lot of it, I think, is pretty comical. However, go ahead and smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, and also, go ahead and donate to the Cash App. Vernon Speaks. I'm going to leave it in the description. War Eagle. Auburn is mostly what I cover, but I thought this was a pretty interesting story when we talk about opting out of bowl games for college football players. A lot of players who are anticipating NFL draft status, an opportunity to put themselves in a crazy, ridiculous income bracket compared to what they've experienced in college. They have this bowl game. Let's just say, for example, this is a car cast, by the way. And no, I don't have my seatbelt on. Sue me. But either way, I'm going to put it on, though. But either way, these bowl games have value to a certain degree. And you have some players who know that they will be NFL players that just want to play with their team one more time, that want to compete in their school's jersey one more time. We're going to get to the thick of this in just a second. Then you have the guys who, I'm not going to say they don't love their team, but they put it all out there. They put themselves in position to be maybe Heisman candidates, put themselves in position to be one of the better defensive players in the country. We'll use Roger McCreary as an example, who was like an unsung high school football player, but wound up being one of the best cornerbacks in the country his senior year at Auburn. Will join the fraternity of Auburn cornerbacks who have had success recently in the league. Jamel Dean, Carlton Davis, Noah Igbenogany. All of those guys in recent years have had some pretty nice levels of success at the next level. And Roger McCreary decides, okay, look, I'm not going to play in the bowl game. I don't think there's any knock to Roger McCreary for doing that. I don't think there's any knock for Zacoby McClain opting out. There's not a knock to any college football player who decides to opt out of the bowl game and pursue a career in the NFL injury-free from the prospect of things going, south in the bowl game. Okay, then you have other players like Smoke Monday for Auburn, who could have easily said, hey, look, I've kind of put it out there. I put myself on the line, and I'm going to opt out, try my luck with the NFL Combine, and I'm just going to be done with being Auburn. But he decided to come back. He decided to come back for the bowl game. He played a monster game. I think he showed a lot of why he should be playing on Sundays. The only thing he has to fix, now I don't watch NFL that much, so excuse me for my ignorance, but I don't know the targeting rules and all that other stuff as far as NFL goes, but I do know Smoke Monday has been known for targeting since high school. That was one of the things that was always an issue, and he was exited out of a lot of pivotal games, including the Georgia game, including this past game. He ended his career on the note of a targeting penalty. Now, in recent news, as of yesterday, Ole Miss capping off one of probably, I think, the best season in their history. 10 wins. They make a New Year's Six Bowl. First 10-win season in Ole Miss history. Matt Corral, who is projected to be a first-round quarterback, makes the decision to play in the final bowl game for Ole Miss to cap off a historic season for the Rebels. Here's the bad news. Middle of the first quarter, towards the end of the first quarter, Matt Corral, trying to kind of scramble out of the pocket, gets his ankle rolled up as it appears, and he's injured and had to be carted off the field. Okay? That's football. That is what it is. The question on the floor is, though, did Matt Corral make the right decision in proving his loyalty to Ole Miss and the accomplishments? Did he make the right decision to play in the bowl game? Now, that's highly up for debate. I mean, you could debate this so many different ways. You can say, okay, Matt Corral was an absolute idiot for playing in this game, but you wouldn't have said that if he would have made it all the way through. This is a hindsight 2020 post facto type of conversation. Every time you go on the field to play football in some degree, there's a risk. There have been instances where players were in shoulder pads and helmets, and a player tears his ACL. So anytime you step on the football field, there is a risk of injury. Do I think Matt Corral should have played in that game? I think so. It's a New Year's Six Bowl. This is a historic situation for Ole Miss. And I think he proved his loyalty to the team. Yeah, him getting injured, and for all intents and purposes, it seems like the injury came out negative as far as any, serious injury going on. But how can you, I just don't think Matt Corral's injury is a justification or a promotion for players to opt out. It is a total individual decision. Matt Corral had the opportunity, just like Smoke Monday, just like Zacoby McClain, just like countless others in college football as seniors or projected players to declare for the draft, had the opportunity to say, hey, look, I'm going to sit the bowl game out. Matt Corral decided not to. I just think it's irresponsible for us to say that Matt Corral's personal decision, he knew what he had going on. He probably even has a freaking agent or someone to advise him. A potential first-round pick in the draft. He made that decision. This is not a justification for guys to opt out. It is a justification for guys to make decisions based on what's best for their situation. And the risk versus reward, they just have to bite the bullet if it doesn't turn out in their favor. Kennard Vernon Stewart here for the podcast, talking Auburn football and the SEC. We're talking about Matt Corral tonight, SEC quarterback from Ole Miss, record-breaking year. Will probably still enjoy a great career in the NFL, but his trending topic is pushing the issue of why NFL-bound players should opt out. Like the video, comment, and subscribe. Hope you enjoyed the video. Take care.